Hi Sixers, and welcome to your second spag lesson, revision lesson. How many of these have you drawn since the last spag one? Anyway, we're looking at active and passive voice, and I know this is Mrs. Carton's one of her favourite subjects to teach in spag. I know she taught you a couple of weeks ago as well. First of all then, what we've got to think about is what is active voice and what is passive voice. So if you look inside my vocab book that I've been adding to, looking back here, these are the things we've been through. Oh, by the way, who googled this one, by the way? The Pokemon that sounds like Polygon. Porygon was its name, with an R instead of an L. And have a think why when you look at a picture of him. Anyway, another sidetrack. So, active voice. So we look at active voice, and this is quite easy to think about. This is when the subject does the action. Okay, so the subject is being active in the sentence. And no guesses there, no prizes for guessing what passive voice means. That is when the subject has the action done to it. Okay, so when the main action is done to it instead of actually doing the action, has the action done to it. Okay, so that's what we've got to think about. So some examples then. I'll keep that by the side, see if you can still see that. Right, some examples. So if I write out this question, this is quite similar to a SATs paper as well. I think you had one quite similar to this the other day when we did the SATs, the practice paper that we had. So this was, they gave you this sentence: the wind was damaged. And by that, I totally don't mean that, do I? I mean the fence. Come on. The fence was damaged by the wind. That makes total sense now. By the wind. Okay, so you've got to think straight away, what type of sentence is that? Is it active or is it passive? Well, the subject is the fence. That is the subject. That's what the sentence is about. It's not doing the verb, is it? It's not doing the damaging. It is having that done to it. So this, then we will call a passive sentence. I'll put a little p at the side. That then is our passive sentence. So in SATs, it might give you a sentence like that, and it might even say, rewrite it as an active sentence. So there's my action. So it even told you then that it's a passive sentence because it's saying rewrite it as an active sentence. So I've got to then think, here's what I've been given. This is having the action done to it. So what is doing the action? Well, the wind then is doing the action, isn't it? So I need to start with that as the subject. The wind. And what is the wind doing? It is damaging the fence. Okay, so the wind damaged, past tense, the wind damaged the fence. Okay, so let's just check with what we've just written down. Active voice, so I'm saying this is this one. The subject does the action. The wind damaged the fence. Well, the subject is the wind, that's the whole, that's what we're talking about, and it has done the action, it's damaged the fence. Let's have a look at the passive voice. The fence was damaged by the wind. Well, the subject then is the fence. It is not doing the action, it's having the action done to it. The fence was damaged and the wind is doing the action by the wind. Okay, so rewrite it that way. One more go then. So if I give you, there we go. If I give you a sentence, you've then got to decide if you think it's active or passive before I tell you. So the vital clues. The vital clues. Have a discussion. What do you think vital means? The vital clues were discovered by the detective. So now think, what is this sentence about? What is the subject? By the detective. Well, the subject then is the clues, isn't it? Okay, that's what the sentence is about. Are the clues doing the action? Well, the action, the verb, is discovered. The vital clues were discovered by the detective. Ah, active or passive? Well, the detective is the one doing the discovering, isn't it? But that isn't the subject. So look back. So the subject does the action. Well, no, because we've just worked out that the detective is doing it and that isn't the action. So it must be passive. The subject has the action done to it. So the subject, the vital clues, had the action by had the action done to it by this part here, the detective. Okay, I'll cross my T a bit better as well. So to rewrite that then, we know that's active. No, we know that's passive. So then to rewrite it as active, so this is when the subject does the action. So the subject now has to be doing it. Well, I've just worked out that the detective is doing it, the action. So the detective, what did the detective do? The detective discovered the clues, or the vital clues. Can't miss that adjective out. Okay, the vital clues. So that's it. Nice and quickly, what is active voice, what is passive voice, some examples there, and now I'll put some questions for you as well onto our Google Classroom and Class Dojo. Good luck with everyone.